channel. If you have not subscribed yet, or if you are new, please hit that subscribe button and your post notification bell in order to get all the latest topics on what I'm talking about, honey. Okay. Let me just give you guys a little update. Like, I'm going to be giving a new camera because the feed was giving, like, it wasn't giving 4K, and I know you guys like to be up in people's face. So I'm going to, my sister gave me a new camera. Shout out to my sis. Follow her at Too Cute to Care. I'll leave her little handle right there. She's great. We got a new camera. We're gonna test that out next week. But today, we're going to continue our story about Abraham. Because when I tell y'all the Bible is wild, the Bible is wild. If you haven't watched my previous video, go back and watch that, or else you're gonna be lost in the sauce about what we're talking about. So without further ado, y'all, let's get into the video. So now Abraham's chilling, right? He's in this tent with his wife, because you remember they're travelers, so they are traveling around all these nations. He's in the tent with his wife, and then in the distance, he sees 3 men approaching, right? And he realizes that it's God and 2 angels, right? So he goes over to God, he bows down to him. He's like, God, stay a while. Let me make you some bread, make you some food. Let me give you something to drink. Just relax, just stay on the tree. I'll get everything going. We'll have dinner. It'll be swell. I mean, if I saw God coming in the abyss, I would try to get my house together too. I'd be like, somebody come on, we gotta make some biscuits. We gotta do something. God is here. Make some water, come on. Somebody fry some chicken or something. One of the angels asks him, and they're like, where's your wife Sarah? Abraham's like, she's in the tent. And God's like, remember the promise that I told you that she was gonna get pregnant? Yeah, she's gonna get pregnant. Now, mind you, Abraham and Sarah around like 90-ish years old, right? And you remember a couple videos back, Sarah felt like God didn't keep his promise and she was impatient, so she sent her server Hagar to go have Abraham's baby. That's why it's so important to wait for God's timing, not on your own timing. When God gives you a promise, he gives you a promise. It's not on your timing, it's on his timing. So Sarah overhears the angels talking to Abraham, talking about how she's gonna get pregnant. So Sarah ends up laughing. He really think I'm gonna have a baby with this old man? Like, he probably don't even got sperm left. Like, I probably ain't got no eggs left. Like, what is he talking about? Like, this is a joke. So then God overhears, because God is all knowing. He knows everybody's business. He knows all the tea. So God asks Abraham, he's like, why is Sarah laughing? Like, why is she laughing? Am I not the God who can do all things? So then Sarah was like, oh, I ain't say, I wasn't laughing. So then as they were leaving, it was packing up, wrapping up dinner. Abraham escorted the angels and God out of the tent, out of where they had them, and to send them on their way. And God's like, listen, I'm about to go to Sodom. Y'all know I don't know how to pronounce that word. I'm about to go to Sodom and Gomorrah and destroy their city because people over there is wilding. Like, God's like, I can't take it no more. The people there is too much evil, it's too much sin. I'm gonna go over there and destroy the city. So Abraham's like, whoa. Like the whole city? Like, there's some good people in there, you're gonna destroy the good people and the bad people? There's a difference between good and bad people. You're gonna destroy the bad people? What if there's like 50 good people there? And God's like, if there's 50 good people there, then I will spare the city. And what if there's 45 good people there? If there's 45 good people there, I'll spare the city. So Abraham keeps going back and forth with God. Like, okay, well, what if there's 10 people there? Now you went from 50 to 10. Like, what if there's 10 people there? Like, this is an auction at this point. What about 45? Can I get 45? What about 35? Can I get 35? What about 40? What about 30? Then I 30. What about 20? God's like, listen, if there is 10 good people in this city, I will not destroy it. I'm done talking now. So Abraham's like, yes. Praise God. Not all these people are gonna die, right? God, leaves, and the angel goes over to the city. Now, y'all remember in my last video, I told y'all that Lot moved over to the city once him and Abraham departed, right? So Lot is in the city of Sodom. That was the time he got prisoned and kidnapped, all that stuff. If you don't know it, go back and watch it. The angels go over to Lot's crib, right? And they outside. So Lot noticed that there's angels outside. So he's like, oh no, y'all, come in. And they're like, no, we'll stay outside. We'll spend the night out here. He's like, no, don't be foolish. Come in. And he was like, okay, he did the same thing as Abraham. Come in, welcome him. Y'all can stay the night over here. The people of the city of Sodom noticed that the men came in to Lot's crib. So then they start surrounding Lot's crib. They're like, who is this person? Bring them out. I guess they want to kill him. I guess they wanted to, I don't know what they wanted to do with the angels, but it wasn't good. Like, it wasn't good. And Lot goes outside and he's like, please, like, I have my 2 daughters in here. They're both virgins. Please don't, like, just give us some peace. He went outside to bargain with them, telling everybody to relax, right? So then the people was like, bro, you just got over here. Like, don't act like you've been from here. Like, you just got over here. You're not even from the towns. Like, you just got over here. So they push him out the way and try to break the door down, right? So the angels end up pulling Lot back in and locking the door. How they did it, I don't know. It really doesn't describe it in the Bible, but it says that the angels pulled Lot back in. I don't know if they took him through the door or whatever, but they pulled him back in from the crowd and they locked the door, right? And after they locked the door, let me tell y'all, everybody that was outside that was trying to break into that house, the angel turned them all blind. Like literally, darkness, blind, right? The angels end up warning Lot. They're like, Lot, listen, God's about to come down and destroy the town. So get your children, get your daughters, get your wife, start packing it up, because tomorrow is going down. Next morning, they get out. The angel's like, let's go. It's about that time. It's about that time. You're about to get busy over here. God's about to get busy. Pack your stuff, get your stuff, go skedaddle, right? So just don't look back, because God is going to come and really destroy the city. Just don't look back. Lot's wife decides, as she's running towards the town, to look back. You know what happened to her? She got turned into a pillar of salt, just like that. A pillar of salt, because her ass looked back. Sorry, Lord. Oh, and God already got you out of safety, girl. Mind your business. Whatever's happening back there is what's happening back there. And you want to turn around and be nosy. So then they ended up escaping. God opened, like literally had lava coming down from the sky on this. Like destroyed everything, everybody, every plant, every animal, every person. The city was destroyed, okay? This is when it gets crazy. This is when it gets crazy. Lot and his two daughters, they go over to this cave, right? And they stay there for a couple days trying to figure out their next moves. Lot ended up falling asleep because, you know, he had a long day. There was a lot going on. He lost his wife to a pillar of salt. His city got destroyed. There was a lot going on. So he's tired, right? The older daughter goes to the younger sister like, so I think we should both have sex with dad. And then we can have his babies. And then our family name will live on. So we got to get him drunk so that he doesn't know. And then we can have his kid and preserve the family name. Child. So then the night came, and it became night. They gave their dad some wine. Where they got the wine from, child, I don't know. But they got their father drunk, and the oldest daughter went over there, and she slept with him. Her daddy didn't even know what was going on. He didn't even know what was going on. Like, they said he was so drunk, he was not even aware of what was going on. Like, they got their daddy lit. Okay, so the older sister goes to the younger sister like, I already did it, so now you got to do it. So then they get their dad drunk again. I don't even know how the fathers know anything going on. I don't know how the next day after you just wake up from a hangover, you want to go back to being drunk, but whatever. They was going through a lot. He lost his wife. He was probably going through a depression, whatever the case may be. So they got him drunk again, and then the younger sister went to go sleep with him, and then they both ended up pregnant. Both of them. All right, let's move on from Lot and that whole foolishness that's going on over there. Now we move back over to Abraham, right? Y'all don't be judging me about these names, because listen, I ain't got time. I wasn't born in this time. I don't know. So they end up in Hagar, and Abraham plays the same game. He tells his wife Sarah, remember, who's really bad, like really, really bad, beautiful girl. He's like, listen, go tell him you're my sister. Every time we get here, when we get here, let the king know that you're my sister. She's like, okay, cool. So they get there. Abraham tells the king, I think his name is Abim Leach. I don't know, we could call him A, because I don't know how to say his name, child. Abraham goes up to A, he's like, yeah, this is my sister. They're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna take her. Sarah's just getting tossed around at this point. So they're like, okay, I'm gonna take her, and you guys are welcome to stay here, you know, get comfortable, blah, 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 right? So then they end up going to sleep that night, right? God comes to A in a dream, is like, yo, you are with a man's wife, like, I'm going to punish you. And Abe's like, hold on, God. First off, this man told me, Abraham told me that this was his sister. I didn't even touch her. I ain't touch her, I ain't kiss her, I ain't put hands on her, I didn't even hold her hand, I didn't do nothing. God's like, I know your intention are pure, but please return that man's wife back. Give him back his wife. Nobody wants Sarah, because every time a man takes Sarah, God ends up making that whole family sick. So as soon as A woke up, he's like, Sarah, get your stuff. Get your stuff. Let's go. Pack it up. Go back to your husband that you said was your brother. Go back to him, okay? Because it's giving too much right now. It's giving too much. Abraham was like, listen, I didn't know if y'all was fearing God over here. I didn't know what type of time y'all was on, so I didn't want y'all to kill me over my wife. And technically, she is my sister because it's my half-sister. She's my sister on my dad's side. Sarah is his sister on his dad's side? After A took Sarah, God, you know, he be making people sick. So Abraham was like, God, please, like, heal them back, make them back healthy. So then God, you know, he opened up their wombs, he made everybody cool, blah, 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 right? So they ended up staying in the city. The city was cool. Everybody was cool. Everybody was back on track. So they ended up staying in the city. Okay, moving on. Remember I told y'all in the beginning of this video that God had said earlier that around this time next year, he was going to have Sarah have a baby, right? So now it's this time next year. And now Sarah ends up pregnant, right? Now she's about like 95, 99. She's old, right? Abraham's old. They both old. They end up having a son named Isaac, which God had already said that he was going to make a great nation, and God was going to, like, Isaac was it, right? Isaac was the one that was going to be it. Now, mind you, Abraham has another child with the slave Hagar, and his name is Ishmael. Now, Ishmael's going to be blessed too, but Isaac is the one that they've been waiting for. Like, that's the one. So as they get older, right, Sarah peeps that Ishmael was making fun of Isaac. And she's like, oh nah, that's not happening with my son. Okay? I done waited about 95 years to have this baby. Now all of a sudden your baby's gonna try to come at my baby? Oh nah, we not having that. So she goes over to Abraham. Listen, I want you to get rid of that slave and that other son of yours. They are not gonna be taking your inheritance. My son is gonna get all your inheritance and all the blessings and all the covenants. So he's like pondering, he's confused. He's like, my wife's telling me this, but this is also my son, right? So then God goes to Abraham. God's like, listen, don't worry about Hagar and Ishmael, okay? Just listen to Sarah, have them be on their way. I'm gonna bless your son. Just listen to what your wife says. It's gonna be cool. Like, just send them off. So Abraham's like, dag, all right, God, I gotta listen to you. You didn't steer me wrong yet. So Abraham ends up packing a bag. He packed some food for them, a little canteen of water, and he shipped them off, all right? So they ended up, Hagar and Ishmael, end up going into the desert of Beersheba, right? Beersheba. Now, Beersheba is a desert. Like, that one canteen of water is not gonna help them for a really long time because it's hot, child. It's hot. So she ends up going like 50 yards from her child. She left him under the tree, and she ends up going 50 yards away from her son because she's like, I just cannot watch my son die. Like, I just can't do that. So then she starts crying, Ishmael starts crying, everybody's crying because everybody's like, damn, we was living so good and now we about to die, right? So God ends up hearing Ishmael's cry. He's like, Hagar, listen, it's gonna be okay. Like, get up, go back to your son, nourish him. God is gonna make him a great nation. Don't worry about it. When Hagar opens her eyes, there's a well right there. A well, a water in the desert. Where the well come from? Thank you, Jesus. She ends up filling the canister, nourishing her son back to health. Nourishing her son back to health. God ends up, you know, protecting Ishmael in the wilderness until he grows up. He ends up becoming a great archer. I'm gonna leave it at this because I know that was a lot for y'all, because it was a lot for me. And I know it's a lot for y'all. So I'm going to leave it at this. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you tell your friend and tell a friend and tell a friend to subscribe to Bree Vision. Okay? And let's get more into these stories. All right? Until next time, guys.